by student athletes Felipa Barros and Emma Johansson from Cal Baptist. As a courtesy to your fellow media members as well as the student athletes, please silence your cell phones. Please provide your name and media affiliation each time you ask a question during the press conferences. If you are joining on Zoom, please use the raise hand function for questions. We will address questions in the room first and get to Zoom if time permits. We will now open it up to questions for the student athletes. Right here in the front.
Hi, ladies. Beth Harris from AP. It's just been a few short years since CBU went to Division I level, and already you guys have the women's team in the tournament, the men's team in the tournament. Just wondered if you could talk a little bit about, being part of kind of a little bit of a historic era of the program where you are not only getting to Division I, but you're actually making March Madness.
Yeah, it's been pretty cool these last couple days because as in the men's team made the tournament and it's something that never happened at CBU. Like we went to the tournament 2 years ago, but that was the first time that the men's went to the tournament. So I think it's pretty cool. Like we all can celebrate together and it's good for the school.
I also think that it was one of our goals, and we won the both the regular season and the tournament, so we're very happy for that. And especially as you said, the men's team too. It's very cool, and I'm very happy that we made it in the both men's team.
Yeah, we'll go right here in the middle.
Hi, Chris Johnson from 24/7 Sports. I was curious to both of you. How does your preparation look for the NCAA tournament compared to the regular season?
So at this time of the year, I think there's not a lot of things to change. It's just work on some details because we've been playing in a way for 5 months. So there's nothing changing for this game. Well, we're just trying to work on the things we're not that good, those little details.
I think we also know that this is going to be our toughest challenge that we're going to face, and I mean the only way we can do is to play our best basketball and focus on ourselves. We know that this is going to be very tough, but we're ready, and I know we're all very excited. So,
go right here.
Just kind of backing off that, obviously UCLA, has had a very good year, only one loss, and you guys are in the area. So, have you followed them at all, or do you feel like you have a familiarity with them rather than maybe playing some team from an area that you just don't ever hear about or don't know?
Yeah, we all been watching UCLA games. We all love the way that they play. And even playing against, my teammates played against them 2 years ago, so they kind of play the same way. Yeah, I followed them the whole season, and they're a really good team, so we're just happy that we get a chance to play against them.
Yeah.
Go right here in the middle.
And kind of to follow up on that, are you guys just happy to be here, or are you guys trying to get a win?
No, we trying to get a win for sure. We know, as I said, this is going to be our toughest challenge. It's one of the top teams in the country, and we're here for it, and we're very underdog, but still a dog. So
for sure, we go to every game thinking we can win. So this game is not going to be different.
Any more questions in the room or on Zoom? Okay, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Okay. By head coach Jared Olson of CBU. As a courtesy to your fellow media members as well as coach, please silence your cell phones. Please state your name and media affiliation each time you ask a question during the press conferences. If you're joining on Zoom, please use the raise hand function for questions. We will address questions in the room first and get to Zoom if time allows. We'll start with an opening statement from Coach, followed by questions. Coach, you can go ahead and start us off.
Yeah, thanks for coming. Like we said before, really appreciate you guys being here. We're happy to be here. It's a tough task ahead of us, but we're pretty excited. Just the opportunity to play, just be a part of the tournament. It's the second time we've been here in the last 3 years. Honestly, I probably sat in this exact same seat a couple years ago, but I just say I'm really thankful for the team I get to coach. We've had kind of an interesting season, but we've definitely built up some good resiliency along the way, and I'm really proud of them. They've given me an opportunity to actually coach them most of the time, which has been great. And they've really worked hard, and just really have been proud to coach them this year and just had a lot of fun with them. So, yeah, go ahead and ask questions whenever you guys are ready.
We'll go first row right here on the right.
Hi, Beth Harris, AP. It's just been a few really quick years, it seems like, since CBU stepped up to Division I, and already, you've got the women in here for the second time. Just kind of, a lot of schools maybe don't have that sort of achievement that early when they're stepping up so highly in competition. Can you just kind of talk about what you think has led to that success here these last couple of years?
I mean, I think the biggest thing has just been a commitment from the school. The president, Dr. Ellis, is a really big sports fan. He's on the court after games, congratulating people, and just really behind us all the way. And then just getting the right people in place, and that goes from everywhere from, like I said, the president to the AD to the coaches, all the way down to the players. And, I think it's the people that drive the bus, and at CBU we have great people. When I first started working there, we were transitioning from NAI to Division II. So my first team there, we actually won our conference in Division II and weren't able to play in the tournament. And then we did it again in Division I, where we weren't eligible to play in the tournament. So just being here, I think sometimes, I need to step back and just kind of really appreciate the fact that we're able to play, because it's happened before where we've won and we haven't been able to play. And then, to do it on the biggest stage is pretty awesome and says a lot about the commitment that the school has, and just kind of the people that we have behind us.
Coach Chris Johnson from 24/7 Sports. One of your players mentioned that we may be, her statement was, we may be underdogs, but we're still dogs. I thought that was pretty, impressive of a statement. I'd like to talk to you about your team culture. How do you build this roster out? Are you go out looking for the type of dogs, or do you build dogs up, if you will?
I mean, in terms of what we look for in players, I just usually look for people that I'd want to play with and pick up basketball games. I know that doesn't sound too complicated, but when I love to play. I mean, if my body would hold up, I'd probably play every day. And so I just kind of look for people that I'd want to play with, and I don't know if it was Felipe or Emma that said that, but it was Emma, yeah. I mean, I was actually telling Emma at practice yesterday how much I would really enjoy playing with her. And I was like, I would have given you a lot of buckets. I would have gotten you the ball a lot. And so I think it just getting the right people. We have some values on our team that we really buy into: commitment, humility, resiliency, integrity, selflessness, and trust. And I think it really starts there, just the people that are on board for those things, and it's got to be bigger than just the game, because you're going to be part of a team, and anytime you're part of a team, you have to give up some of yourself, and kind of stand for something, more than just on your own. And I think when people buy into that, great things can happen.
I'm going to go second row right here.
Hey, Coach. David Yapkowitz from the Nine. When you look at Chloe, winning Sixth Player of the Year this year, bouncing back from the injury last year, just where have you seen, the most overall growth from her, and how important has she been towards establishing that culture that you have here?
Chloe is a really kind of talented person, and I think the biggest area of growth for her has just been just kind of maturing and just kind of like growing in ways where you could see her kind of like when it wasn't going perfect for her, being a great teammate. You know, like you said, she was, you know, sixth person of the year, but I mean, she started last year. I think it was our leading scorer. And you know, when she was a freshman, was a big contributor for us. And she's had some big games for us this year, but there's been some games where she didn't get to play as much. And just having the attitude that you're going to put the team first has really gone a long ways to kind of like, you know, setting a good example for other people. And I mean, the other thing about Chloe is, I mean, she is just one of those people that just is like, just like emits energy out, you know, and she's just kind of like, I can't really explain that. You know, she's just got a lot of charisma to her. So she just brings a lot of swag to our team, I guess.
We have a question right here.
Michael Abbott from NCAA.com. What does it mean to you to be back in the NCAA tournament for the second time in the last few seasons? What does that say about like your team and the team culture?
You know, I think it just says like how important, like I guess maybe like the commitment that CBU has, kind of like what I said before in terms of like the schools behind you, and specifically what it means to me is it's just like I'm really happy for the girls because we only have really one person that played in the game last time we came here. Grace and Felipa, who are two of our better players, they were injured and weren't able to play. And so it just really means a lot to me that we're able to get back here and give them the opportunity to play because I know they've worked so hard. Felipa in particular was out the entire season last year, rehabbing an injury. And just to see her get back out on the court and just crush it like she did, you know, all season. And then, you know, down the stretch, I mean, she was the MVP of the conference tournament. And, you know, just we had a huge game to clinch the regular season where she just like took over the game at the end. And just to see someone like that overcome, you know, such a, you know, devastating injury and then be able to come back and just be even better, you know, it's just really, you know, kind of awesome to see as a coach. And I'm just so proud of her and everybody else on the team, you know, just because it's not easy to get here. And I think one of the things that, you know, as you do this long enough, you realize how hard it is to win. And I think a lot of times we take it for granted, and I know I'm guilty of that. But winning is really hard. And there's so many good players and so many good teams that don't have a chance to be here that, you know, sometimes, you know, I forget that. But when you get here, you start to realize, like, hey, this is something really special, and we're really appreciative.
Any other questions? Thank you, Coach.
All right, thanks, guys.